Hello, welcome to Greenpoint's Brightest Lights. My name's Carl. I will be your host, and we're going to take the adventure and learn about Xlights, WLED, as well as Addressable, WS2811 pixels, and we're gonna see how my show grows over the years. This is my second year doing it. Last year, I made two small props. One's up on the garage, one's up on the barn. They're simple stars, and simply had WLED running it, and they looked awesome. Then this year I wanted to do something a little more customizable, so I decided to go ahead and go with Xlights, which I have played with in the past a couple times, and it's a fun learning curve of a program, but it's an awesome program. So next year, 2024, I have wonderful plans to do quite a big addition, to be able to get to the point where I can sync music and it looks good. Because right now I have two random stars, one's 8 foot, one's 4 foot, and a 15-foot mega tree, and that's all. So it wasn't enough to be able to do music at a show. So this year we just did some simple effects. That was on a 30-minute loop of short effects. It was really cool. It was just a quick get in there, make some effects, play around, not do really any sequencing per se, and it turned out fun. Now sadly this is the end of the season, so I'm gonna probably walk you around, show you some of the props, show you some of the items that I have, and then at the end I might link in some visuals of what the system looked like, what it was running at night, and what I achieved in my first year. Well, I appreciate you watching this first video. I appreciate you giving me a chance. Like, share, subscribe with your other Pixel friends. And remember, this is my first video, so it's going to be a little choppy. It's going to be a little, I don't know, unprofessional, would you say? But here's the thing. I am going to do my best to grow. I finally got the computer I need to actually do video editing. I just got the camera set up. I have to get a microphone for my camera yet, but we'll get there, all with due time. And like I said, please like, share, subscribe, and stick with me. And if in 3 months you don't like what you see, and you don't like the videos I put out, or 6 months, as this is going to be Christmas lights, so right now my plans are to put one video a month out, because I'm going to be working on this all throughout the year, so I plan on making a video over a 3-week period of a couple things that I did throughout the month, and uploading that once a month, all the way up to October, where in October, I will start doing weekly videos of setup, maybe even in September if I decide to do a Halloween. If I can get everything together, I might do some just Halloween effects, not sequencing, but some Halloween effects and some pretty, spooky things if I can. And we'll venture down that path. We'll see where we get. It might be a fun path, it might be a really boring path, but we'll give it a great attempt. In the end, all I want with my Christmas light show and the things that I'm going to do on this channel is to cause happiness, make children smile, put some light in the world during a dark winter time, and simply be happy. Alright, we'll stick by and we'll go for a walk on some of the things that I have built. We'll look over the mega tree, we'll look over my controller, and we'll talk about it a little bit. I'm not going to get huge into specs, I'm not going to get huge into details. This isn't a DIY channel. This is just a channel to see what I did. It may not be right, it may be bad, it may be perfect, but I'm not here for judgment, I'm just here to share. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so here we are in my front yard, and we have my mega tree behind me. Like I said, that's 15 foot tall. It's 12 strands of 184 at 2-inch spacing. It has an 8-foot bottom base. Here, let me switch you around and we'll look at it. Alright, so here is the mega tree. It's 15.5 foot tall. It has 13 strands going around it. So that makes 1 in the center and then 6 on each side of that centered strand. I used 2-inch spacing, like I said. Down here at the bottom, I used an 8-foot wheel. I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually from a conduit spool with like 6-inch conduit on. It's half the wheel. Inside here, if we work our way through, well, let's go over the structure first. So this pole here is 1.5 inch, 1/4 inch thick square stock. It is a 15.5 foot piece, goes all the way to the top. At the very top of it, I welded on pieces of chain like this here. And I took that chain, and the reason I did that is so I could put guy wires. See, I have one there, one there, one there. I actually did it just like you see here, with one on each side, and then realized the star is going to be in the front of the one, so I only have 3 guy wires on the tree right now. This here is actually a collar I made with like bolts, so I could slide up and down, attach things as I needed, tension properly. We have a second one down here. This one is tensioned to these guy wires that go down to the wheel, where I welded some chain on as well. And I have 4 of those down to the 4 corners, front, back, left, and right. And that I used with some turnbuckles. If we go over here, if we look way down there, we have some turnbuckles that I used to tension it and get it level once all the strips were on. The strips go up to a tree topper, which I believe I got off of maybe Boscoyo. I'm not sure actually, to come think of it, but it's one that I got. It has spots for 24 strips. I used 13 of them. Then down here, as you'll see, right now I have them wired where every single strip has its own input or output from the controller board. And here I used a simple ammunition box that I got off of Amazon that is waterproof. And now in here, as you can see, I have a Falcon Falcon F16 V5. It has the E fuses and all that happy stuff. I usually have Ethernet in here, but I'm using that inside on my computer at the moment for the daytime. And that is just a wireless to Ethernet adapter because I didn't want to run Ethernet the whole way out here. Underneath here, I have a 12 volt 60 amp power supply. All right, so that's my main thing. So like I said, I have 1 strip going to each port because I just wanted to use a bunch of the ports, and then 1 port going up to the star. The star is so let me back up here and get out of this. See, once you're in here, it kind of feels like you're trapped. It's crazy feeling. Anyway, let me get out of here and go back. So I have guy wires going up to the top, but this rope here that goes down, as you can see, that rope is hooked to the topper to be able to put back weight on the topper so that by pulling it, I can adjust the angle of the star. There's also a couple here. I have some paracord, and I put a bungee strap there to get proper tension on. I can slide the bungee strap up or down to change the tension. And then on each side, left and right, I have here guy wire that goes to the top of the pole. And I have this, which is what you pull the topper up with. I have 1 on each side. If we come here, I have this stake that was for the front guy wire. But if you look up there, I can't really run a front guy wire because the star would be in front of it. Now, keep in mind, that star is a Boscoyo 23-inch chroma star, which I want to upgrade to a 36-inch chroma star next year. And as we come down, also for next year, I want to change the ropes on this side to something smaller so they're not as noticeable because you can see them at night with the light. To keep the wheel from twisting, I just put some anchors here to keep it from like moving like that. The center post, if we look way down in there, let me zoom in here for you. You'll see there's a receiver. I made like a hitch receiver with a piece of 2-inch square stock, and then I have welded to the bottom of that a piece of 1.5-inch square stock that goes down about 4 feet in the ground. So the center stake and all these big anchors go into the ground 3-4 feet. Alright, so that's my mega tree. Now, I would show you the garage star, which is way up there on the garage. But I'm not getting the ladder out. But I'll show you the barn star, which is exact same thing, just the garage star is on a white frame that my grandfather made back in the early 90s. And I wanted to upgrade to modern times, so I put addressable lights on it. And that's where it all started. Then I was like, well, I have one thing with addressable lights. Why can't I have two things with addressable lights? Well, if I'm going to go down this route, I should never buy conventional Christmas lights again. I should just buy these addressable ones and go all out, right? And that's where this adventure started. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to walk to the other side, up to the barn star, and I'll show you what that's all about. Oh, I wanted to show you, all of my power is ran through these Genie smart plugs. Those come on 5 minutes before the show, because I don't want to keep everything powered up 24/7. All right, so here we are at my 8-foot tall star. This is made out of a couple 1x2s, a ton of zip ties that I never even cut off. Like I said, I made this last year at the last minute. I used square node WS-2811s because I could lay them flat. I should redo this. And then I just have it screwed onto this wooden door. I come down here. This is the control box. This is just like the barn star. Or I'm sorry, the garage star that's up on the pole. But I just have these waterproof boxes that I screw on here. Open that up. Inside I have just a power supply. This is a 5-volt power supply from a phone. And that goes to a Node ESP32. I believe it's a D1 mini. But that goes to that, which is all wireless. So even though the show is so far away from the house and everything else, which is way down there, I am able to still have it wirelessly do the same effects as the tree and the star on the garage does. And I just have that powered, and that goes back to a pole all the way back there. And on that pole is a Genie smart adapter, Wi-Fi switch, so I can turn it on and off. And then as we walk down here, up here in the tree, you can't really see it, but it's hanging up in the tree. There's a big wire star. I have a sleigh, which sadly I'm gonna have to work on next year because a bunch of the lights are out. And I have a little herd of deer, and these flash back and forth and are actually controlled by this box here, which is something I got when I was really young. It's made by Jemmy. There's actually a spot on the bottom to put a speaker and have some Christmas music, and it's just 6 plugs with relays inside that flash to the music. I don't have the speaker hooked up this year. No one can really hear it from up here. But next year, I'm hoping to have music with speakers in the yard for the show. So yeah, so there's that. All right, so now next year, we're gonna do things different. So basically, my property that I have to decorate is separated into 2 spots. You have the right side of the house, which is, let me see if I can move this camera over here quick. Which is, so the house is there, which is kind of in the middle. So we're on the left side of the house, which is a big open greens with a barn up there, that's where the star is. That's 8 foot. And all this. I want to do traditional Christmas lights on this whole side of the house. I want to, use the big old C9 bulbs, go around the windows and the window frame and just this side of the house and over. With all, blow ups, all the traditional stuff. And then you come up to the house, you come down the road here, you can look up over this hill, see nothing but beautiful standard Christmas lights, nothing smart, 120 volt. And then up here on the porch, this year and last year, I went around it with just these big old fashioned C9 bulbs. These are the bulbs my grandfather used to put on a blue spruce tree out by the driveway. All right, well, thank you for watching. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, give me a chance, and let's see where this channel can go. I hope to have this update out tonight yet and get the video started. And then the first or maybe the last, I don't know. But about every 4 weeks, I plan on putting a video out till September, October, like I said. But let's go through this journey. Let's enjoy this adventure. And remember, each video, the quality will get slightly better. Remember, this is Greenpoint's Brightest Lights. My name's Carl, and have a great day.